It's a beautiful Friday morning. Good morning and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Morgan.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Tayo Salam.
As expected, Riyad Mahrez is the best player in Africa. He won the award in Abuja last night.
Yeah, never in doubt, Cecilia, never in doubt. And thankfully, you won't have to carry out any form of protest.
At all.
Okay.
And also, Asisat Oshola is the best player, talking about women's football in Africa. Expectedly also.
Another one that was never in doubt. If you had gone another way, then there might have been a couple of questions.
Placards.
Okay, well. Okay, so congratulations to Asisat Oshola winning it for a second time. Okay, let's move on the show now. And this time around, we're going to tennis, where Andy Murray, world number 1, Novak Djokovic, world number 2, right? They're on course to meet in the final of the Qatar Open after both players won their quarterfinal matches yesterday. Cecilia, I'm looking forward to this one. This one surely has to be the rivalry of the moment because they've met 35 times already. It's going to be a 36th time if they progress into the final of the Qatar Open in Doha.
Okay, definitely if. But I think both of them are obviously going to meet in the final. That's what it's going to be.
Cecilia,
okay, let's get started with the NBA.
We'll talk more about that later on, right? So let's just do the NBA. Let's get that one out of the way. Several games played last night. Cecilia, we'll start with the game between the LA Lakers and the Portland Trail Blazers. That one ended 118-109 in favor of the Trail Blazers. Cecilia, Lakers, what's going on?
Yeah, I think what's going on is the fact that their inconsistency kind of continue. They win some, they lose some, and the losing streak, they have more losing streak than even winning streak. So for Lakers, well, it's still not a good one for them. So I think right now, it's safe to say
that.
Okay, I'm not going to say
now, yeah, I'll ask you regardless. I know at the start of the season you were quite a bit confident that they will make the playoffs. But do you think it's going to happen now based on what you've seen so far?
I don't think so.
You know, it's not going to happen, right?
I don't think so. The inconsistency is just too much. When they won the last time, I felt, okay, the previous one, okay, maybe Lakers are rising up. But this one again, I don't think so.
And the West
is going to be very, very difficult. The West is very tight.
Exactly.
So when you have some big teams playing very well, absolutely consistent, and you have the Lakers is up and down, it's going to be difficult for them. If they make it, it will be more like a miracle. If they make it to the
I get it will be a miracle, definitely, but I don't think they'll make it. By the way, CJ McCollum at 27 points, and Damian Lillard, returned from a sprained ankle to score 21 points and 10 assists in that victory for Portland. Elsewhere, we saw that San Antonio Spurs, convincingly beating the Denver Nuggets 127-95. That's how that one ended. LaMarcus Aldridge with 28 points, including 11 in the third quarter. For the match of the night, definitely the matchup of the night was between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. And that one ended 118-116 in favor of the Rockets. Just the 2 points in there, but that's enough to win a basketball game. James Harden scoring 26 points in that particular game. And Nene was very clutch, down the stretch as well, too, with 2 free throws with 0.7 seconds left in that game. Cecilia, when you lose by 2 points,
it's painful and it's difficult. And if you check the manner and way in which it actually happened, Nena had to sink that 2 free throws in just 0.7 seconds left.
The game is over, really.
Over, and he succeeded in having it.
So that's how that one turned out, with a good win for the Houston Rockets. The Toronto Raptors also secured a very good win early this morning, and Kyle Lowry was at the heart of it again. He scored 16 of his 33 points in the fourth quarter to lead the Raptors to a come-from-behind victory over the Utah Jazz. That one ended 101-93. And last but not the least, Jeff Teague scored 21 points, 15 assists, and 7 rebounds, to lead his team, that's the Indiana Pacers, to a 121-109 victory over the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets, horrible season so far. You wonder where this franchise is going because they haven't lived up at all in the past couple of seasons. Brooklyn, even New York is also struggling big time now. You talked about the Lakers already, the Dallas Mavericks. A lot of teams are struggling. Phoenix Suns, 76ers. I mean, all those guys, they need to wake up as soon as possible.
Yeah, they just have to do that. From there, we'll move straight to football. Our Paul Clement, I mean, that's a job. Sometimes when there's some jobs you get, you just don't want to take it. Paul Clement decided to take that job. well, it's going to be a difficult one for him. That I know, that I'm sure. Paul Clement, what's he going to bring in?
Cecilia, I mean, we'll talk about the right challenges, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but there's sometimes when opportunities come, you just have to grab it, you know, and this is an opportunity for Paul Clement to actually manage in the Premier League, regardless of the position of Hull City. Hull City right now, Swansea City, I beg your pardon, they're not doing too well, obviously, and it's going to take a miracle for them to actually,
they're not doing too well.
They're not doing well.
Tell me their position. They're not doing too well.
They're not doing well.
Just be mad, come on.
And it's an opportunity for them to, opportunity for Paul Clement, you know, to try and show that he has what it takes, you know, to manage at the Premier League level. But before we talk more about what's going on with Paul Clement, let's go and listen to him. Isn't speaking on the chances of Swansea City actually retaining their Premier League status this year.
You know, I've been very lucky over the last years to work at some wonderful clubs and win a lot of games and be involved in competing for titles at domestic and European level. So, you know, I'm a competitor and I love to win. So the first thing is to try and get some positive performances and results as a result of that, good results. I know it can be done, but I think that target is so far away. The concentration, from my point of view and my staff, is about details, much smaller things, getting the team organised in a good defensive shape, people understanding their roles and their responsibilities. And my belief is that if you get that right, you get the preparation right, and then you're able to go on the field and execute it, you have a better chance of the results coming. If you focus on that, and I know a lot of talk will be about that can they survive? Yeah, they can, or they've got no chance. And we're really focusing on the details of playing football and putting in performances over a 90-minute period.
Swansea City manager Paul Clement, obviously quietly confident that Swansea can actually retain the Premier League status this year. Cecilia, we were talking about the positions earlier before we went on that break.
19 and 20.
19th Swansea and Hull City 20th.
And they're meeting the FA.
And they're meeting the FA Cup. That's a different competition entirely. But in terms of the Premier League, I mean, how do you see this panning out? Because I feel from 15 downwards, any of those teams can still go down. So if Swansea can go on a good run, there's no reason why they can't get out of that bottom three.
Yeah, you know, Paul Clement said something that he has been very lucky in the last few years. He worked at Chelsea, worked at Paris Saint-Germain, worked at Real Madrid.
The biggest clubs in the world.
You understand, as Carlo Ancelotti's assistant. But that is different because this is the English Premier League. Even super coaches like Pep Guardiola, they're finding it very difficult to actually fit in. The scheduling is not favorable and all that. So, and now, right now, he's the head coach of a club that is struggling. It's a very, very difficult task. He's trying to be diplomatic and all that, but then it's going to be a difficult task for him. If all the players can come to the party and maybe they get two good strikers and also maybe two good defenders and all that through loans or however they want to do it. But I think maybe they can just step them up. But escaping relegation, clubs usually at the bottom of the table at Christmas.
It's a long way to go, and we've seen teams, you know, actually, we've seen teams that have avoided relegation, even though there are not a lot of teams that have done that. But my point is, they've got a chance. There's still 18 games to go. That's a lot of points to be played for. If they can hit the ground running with Paul Clement, you know, get some points on the table like they did against Crystal Palace. Perfect start for him. No one saw that win coming. They went away, got 3 points, built a bit of momentum. Who knows? It is possible because it's really tight there for Middlesbrough and other teams in that area. Any one of them can still go down. So they've got a chance.
And you have some very stubborn ones like Middlesbrough you just mentioned.
Yeah, very.
Now, if you take a look at the fate of Manchester United, they had a very difficult run for some time, you know, winning 1 game in a month. And at the end of the day, won 6 in a row. What's their position? Still sixth. So when you've had a very, very bad run, and you start playing well, you start winning games, you need your opponents to start losing. If they're not losing, you remember where you are.
Exactly, but
so
it's
that's
perspective, Cecilia, perspective. Yeah, okay, Man United, for example, is still 6, but they've closed the gap between them and the top 4. So the same thing can happen to Swansea. They can only do what they can do, which is win games. And
you know how difficult that can be.
If they're lucky enough.
I remember Jose Mourinho saying one thing, that when you're at the top, you play for yourself. But when you are second, third, or fourth, you're playing for the one behind, the one ahead, and of course also for yourself. So
okay. Good luck to Paul Clement in his new role as the head coach of Swansea City. Okay.
Tennis now.
Tennis. Yeah,
Djokovic
surely.
and Andy Murray. But we'll start with Djokovic first, who was able to book his place in the semi-finals of the Qatar Open. And for him, everyone is just looking at the fact that he's going to get to the finals. And not just getting to the final, he's going to meet Andy Murray in the final. But then we'll just take you through the pictures on your screen, which is the quarterfinals.
The quarterfinals, yes.
Against Radek Stepanek, and that one ended 6-3, 6-3 in Doha on Thursday afternoon. Well, the second seed in this tournament is going to be meeting Fernando Verdasco later today. Fernando Verdasco, hard hitter, but then Djokovic is on fire. So you obviously take that.
Expected result. I mean, Radek Stepanek, let's give credit to him. You know, the guy is getting on the beats now, but he's still playing good tennis. So good win for Novak Djokovic. And the one we're going to watch next is the one between Andy Murray and that was a very tough one to see. Very, very
Nicolas
close.
Zamagro.
Nicolas Zamagro of Spain. We talked about yesterday the chances of an upset. We thought there was none, but that was like really close. The first set ended 7-6, went to a tie break. The second set, Murray had to really dig deep to win 7-5 as well. So, and that's how he's been able to book his place in the semifinals, where he now goes on to meet Thomas Berdych. I mean, that one right there, okay, Thomas Berdych is a top player on his day. But I just don't see how he can stop the momentum of Andy Murray right now.
But if you check the way, you know, Nicolas Zamagro was able to push him, even when going as far as having about 32 winners, you know, ahead of Murray, who had just 24. It tells you that if he meets an opponent who can push him harder, he might just lose that game. And yes. Thomas Berdych is a player you can't really predict.
No, you can't. Very unpredictable, good player on his day. But that's how I mentioned it earlier. I'll go back to momentum. The run of form that Andy Murray has been in since 2016 will be very hard to stop, you know, at the moment. And that's why I think it's going to be another Andy Murray and Novak Djokovic final at the Qatar Open. I mean, I said it as well, too. It's going to be the 36th meeting if that one goes down. And Djokovic still leads the head-to-head 24-11. So there's a clear gap between those two guys right now. But the last time they met in the final was at the ATP World Tour Finals in London. And Andy Murray won that one convincingly in straight sets.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but I think we're getting carried away deep now. These guys are not in the final yet.
Yeah.
Right. So
well, they're just in the semis. And there's a possibility that maybe, just maybe, Thomas Berdych, after his very good day, might just...
There's a chance.
Yeah, if you push him harder, because Andy Murray has played how many tie breaks right now since he started this tournament? It hasn't been so easy for him.
No,
apart from his opening game, all of the games have been very, very difficult and all that. So 7-5, 7-6 has been the victory so far. He's in the semis right now. Thomas Berdych might just be the guy. Who knows? It's today. That's what you have.
Yeah, we'll find out today. I mean, we're not long away from those two semi-final clashes. So good luck to you know, Andy Murray, Novak Djokovic. Obviously, I want to see the two of them play in the final again.
Okay, we want to see what's going to happen in that one. We'll just go on a break now. We'll come back. You guys will get to talk to us on Twitter and on Facebook. African Player of the Year, expectedly Riyad Mahrez. Asisat Oshoala, of course, also won the Women's Africa Player of the Year. Stay with us.